West Missouri man.
Plus, we're live at the Ottawa County Fair, and we are going to tell you first off about the fair and also about our More Power Tour, and we'll break down the latest forecast for you coming up.
And hot weather, droughts, and fires. Europe is experiencing another heat wave. In some places, conditions are believed to be at the worst they've been since the Middle Ages.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A 90-year-old man is killed in a deadly 2-vehicle crash east of Neosho. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, troopers investigate a crash that claimed the life of George Eads from Granby, Missouri. It happened just after 6 p.m. yesterday at the intersection of State Highway H and Norway Road. Newton County Sheriff's deputies, the Granby Fire Department, and the Newton County Ambulance responded. According to the Highway Patrol's crash report, Eads was traveling east on Norway Road when his car collided with a southbound car at the H Highway intersection. Eads died at the scene. The other driver, 25-year-old Jeffrey Parman from Rocky Comfort, Missouri, was taken to Freeman Hospital with moderate injuries. The Ottawa County Fair is underway this week in Miami, Oklahoma, and so far there have been events like a tractor driving contest and several animal shows with goats, cattle, and sheep taking the ring yesterday. And the carnival is open all week.
One I've had is on the zero gravity, and the worst fun I've had is on this one behind me because I just puked and it kind of hurt.
The Ottawa County Free Fair runs through Saturday, and we've sent our own Chris Warner down to Miami to check out the fair. He joins us now live.
Yeah, that's right, Tanya. We're here at the Ottawa County Free Fair in Miami, Oklahoma at the fairgrounds. It's an exciting event. I was actually inside. I was talking to some ducks. And I'm not kidding you. I was talking with ducks, and they were chatting right back with me. And that's just one of the many cool things you can do down here. We got Jamie Foster with the Ottawa County Extension Office. First off, tell me a little bit about the Free Fair. One of the questions that came up when we were setting up, why is it called the Free Fair?
Because it's free to get in. Anyone can just park and walk around for free. And then, of course, everything else you have to pay for, like on the events and stuff.
And what's some of the history behind the fair? How long has this been going on?
This is our 103rd year.
103 years. And something else that came up too is usually this is going on and school's in session.
Yeah.
That's not the case right now. So what kind of impact is that going to have on the fair?
Well, as you can see, we have a lot of kids still hanging around taking care of their animals. And it's a lot easier for the families to come out and spend the evening together, and they don't have to go to school the next day.
That's always a great thing. We don't have to turn around and wake up. You can stay a little later. So, and speaking of late, how long does the fair run? What are the hours and days here?
So the carnival starts at 6, and tonight we'll go until 10. And then Friday and Saturday it's from 6 to 11.
Gotcha. And of course, next door to us, where I was talking to the ducks, is just one of the things going on here. What's happening next door to us?
Next door is our poultry and rabbit barn. And then the other barns back behind are just the other animal barns, and they're here until Saturday.
They're here until Saturday. All right. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And the weather for today is going to be absolutely beautiful across the area. We take a look at the Skywatch storm tracker. I know Tim is sitting back in our control room, and he knows that I'm calling him out, but I've got to have him. There's a special button he has to press. There he goes. He is the magic artist is what he is. Skywatch storm tracker showing nothing going on because we've got clear skies. The clouds are on their way out of here. And as we take a wider view, the closest rain that we have had, the closest precipitation of any kind, has been down in southern Arkansas. And that's exactly how it's going to stay for the next few days. As we take a look at temperatures and the drought condition, take a look at this update. The severe and extreme drought still on the map, but it's been scaled back a bit as the rain we've seen has certainly made a difference. And as we take a look at what we are expecting for the rest of this evening right now, first off, temperatures not bad. We're pushing the mid to upper 80s. We got afternoon highs in the lower 90s coming. And looking through the rest of the evening, like I said, temperatures are going to push into the upper 90s. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot heat index values. They're really not that high. It's not that muggy, which is a great opportunity and a great reason to come down here because it's a nice dry heat. So as we head into the rest of the evening, though, temperatures are going to start to fall back through the 70s overnight. And then take a look at some of these overnight lows, like Burlington, for example, 58 tonight, 58 degrees. The rest of us are going to be sitting in the lower to mid 60s for overnight lows, but there is a warm-up that is on the way, and with that warm-up, unfortunately, we're going to see more numbers on that temperature board. We're going to talk about the warm-up and some rain chances that are on their way that'll help break up that heat here in just a few minutes.
Well, Chris, it sounds like you picked the perfect day to go out there because it's pretty nice today. All right, we're going to check back in with you in a few minutes. Thanks. Well, Europe braces for another heat wave as drought conditions affect more than half the continent. Thousands evacuate France as hot weather fuels wildfires throughout the country. Some places in Spain are the driest they've been in 1,200 years. Rivers and reservoirs are drying up and revealing Europe's hidden history. While in England, water restrictions are under consideration as the country faces its driest year in half a century. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, a stunning new development in the war in Ukraine as explosions take out Russian warplanes. And later, we're making a broccoli and ham quiche in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Satellite photos show huge blast at a Russian airbase appear to have destroyed a number of Russian warplanes. The explosions earlier this week happened in Crimea, the Russian-controlled territory in southern Ukraine. Charlie D'Agata has more from the front lines.
The massive series of explosions at the airbase in Crimea has sent shockwaves far beyond the Russian-occupied peninsula. New satellite images appear to show deep craters and scorched earth, with the Ukrainian government claiming at least 8 Russian warplanes destroyed. The blast sent stunned beachgoers well over 100 miles from the closest front line, fleeing for safety. A deep strike for Ukrainian forces, says retired U.S. Marine Intelligence Officer Hal Kempfer.
And frankly, that changes the front across the board. And if they can continue the momentum, if they can continue to do deep strikes, if they can continue to make gains across the Kherson Oblast, they might be able to push all the way across that southern flank.
As a direct response to the assault on that airbase, Russians retaliated, increased shelling and missile attacks on towns and villages like this one, according to local commander Roman Kulik. With an American flag on his uniform, he told us how Western-supplied weapons saved his soldiers.
So you were running out of weapons?
Yes, yes.
Until the howitzers arrived?
Yes, yes.
How bad was it?
Really bad. It was a catastrophic situation.
Catastrophic?
Yes, yes, indeed.
But it has been a brutal back and forth along a battered front line in the south.
This children's playground bears the scars of fighting in a virtually abandoned village trapped in a no-man's land between the furthest point that the Russians have been able to advance and Ukrainian forces determined to hold on to this territory.
76-year-old Anna Sheppel is one of few residents left.
Oh my gosh, and the wall. What did you think when you came back to this?
I thought I would have a stroke. She said I was paralyzed. I wish that the Russians felt what I felt at that moment, every minute, every hour.
Charlie D'Agata, CBS News.
Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
A summertime favorite that pairs just as nicely with a bowl of chilled soup as it does with a salad. What could I be talking about?
Plus, it is the Ottawa County Free Fair time. We are live down here in Miami for that. We're also here for our More Power Tour. We'll talk about both of those things, and we'll tell you about your forecast when we come back. We are live in Miami at the Ottawa County Free Fair for a couple of great things that are going on. First off, the most important thing is the Free Fair. Also, check out these people. We've got a hi grandma. We've got a Fairland is the best, but then somebody disagrees and says, no, Miami is the best. So we're going to see if they might duke it out later. You never know what could happen here at the Ottawa County Free Fair. we are here for also our KOAM More Power Tour. So we told you about this project for quite some time, where we're working our antenna and increasing our power. Well, that project is done. And now folks that lost our signal or couldn't get it very well are getting it full strength. And we're down here to tell you all about it. Additionally, while you're here, you know what else you can do? You have an opportunity to win a Roku, or even better, you've got a chance to win Chiefs tickets to see them play the Jaguars. How about that? But the thing is in order to get entered into that, you've got to come down here to Miami, to the Ottawa County Free Fair at the fairgrounds, and get registered and visit with our team. And we'll be back for our newscasts at 5 and 6. So make sure you get down here for that. As for the weather, it is going to be a pretty decent day. The Skywatch storm tracker has nothing to show us on the local level. And if we zoom all the way out, the closest precipitation that we've had has been down in southern Arkansas. There's really not been anything in our area, and that is exactly how it's going to stay for the next few days. Right now at 7th and Range Line, that's a pretty good looking shot there. A lot of cars on the road. And in Joplin at this hour, the temperatures are on their way up. It's 86 with a nice northeast breeze. Feels like 86, so that isn't too bad. And across the region, temperatures are continuing to stay in the mid to upper 80s. Now, they're going to continue to warm up into the lower 90s as we progress through the day. We'll eventually hit about 92 for a high, 90 by 6, 84 by 8, 76 by 10, 72 at midnight. Check out these overnight lows, though. We're talking the lower to mid-60s and maybe even places like Burlington, 58 degrees. And this is August. It's not October, but it is going to feel like October across the area. So we take a look at the next 24 hours. Temperatures go way down, and then tomorrow starts a big warm-up. A lot of us going to be pushing into the mid-90s for afternoon highs across the area. And taking a look at the future track, too, it's not broken. It's just there's no precipitation whatsoever to show on it over the next 24, 48 hours, 72 hours. But that is eventually going to change. On the long range, you can see tonight we've got clouds that'll move on into our area, and they're not going to bring us any rain or anything like that, but they might partially obscure the view of the meteor shower, which is going to hit its peak tonight. And you can see the temperatures getting nice and toasty. Now, as we go into tomorrow night, not bad. Through the rest of the day, that high of 92. Don't forget, as I mentioned, to get down here and see us at the Ottawa County Fair. 84, and as you can see, too, these clouds are going to clear out, and we're going to have clear skies. Then we've got the passing clouds tonight with a light east breeze. Those temperatures dropping back into the mid-60s for overnight lows and lower 60s up north. And take a look at the 7-day forecast. This is where it gets interesting. We've got the warm-up. We're hitting triple digits by Sunday and Monday, but then we've got what's known as a backdoor cold front that's going to be moving in Tuesday into Wednesday. And what that is our cold fronts typically come from the northwest and move southeast. This one's coming from the northeast and backing slowly southwest. So not only does it bring us increased rain chances, which is something we desperately need, it also takes those temperatures down dramatically. In fact, there's some models that are even suggesting that by the end of next week, we may see temperatures, afternoon highs, by the way, in the 70s in August. So we've got a pretty decent forecast for you. We just got to get through some of those triple digits before things cool back down and bring some additional rain. Before that, though, on this beautiful Thursday afternoon, get down here to Miami for the Ottawa County Free Fair. Be sure you see us at 5 and 6, again, for your chance to win a Roku, or even better yet, a chance for Chiefs tickets. And you can't go wrong with winning either of those things. Maybe you'll win both of those things. You never know. And you'll get to meet the team while they're down here. But again, live in Miami, Oklahoma. I'm sending it back to you, Tanya, on this gorgeous Thursday afternoon.
Hey, and that was we had that hot stretch in the middle of the forecast there, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what everyone loves to hear about, Chris. Thank you so much.
There is that light, and it looks wonderful.
All right, we'll check back in with you in just a few minutes. We take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Machinist Mate Second Class Petty Officer Martin Welch in the U.S. Navy. The Mountain Valley, Kansas native served aboard the USS Orscani off of the coast of Vietnam from 1970 to 1973. He earned the National Defense Medal, the Navy Meritorious Unit Commendation, and the Vietnam Service Medal. To Martin Welch, we thank you, our force. We'll save those eggs from the chickens at the Ottawa County Fair, and you can whip up an amazing dish. Howard shows us how to make broccoli and ham quiche in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Is finding recipes that are light and bright. A dish that I tend to make more in the summer than any other time is quiche. It's versatile, and with the farmers markets in full swing, there are many fresh, colorful, and tasty produce options that can help customize your quiche. Today, we're making one that's crustless and loaded with one of my favorite veggies. The first thing we do is combine some baking mix with onion powder, salt, and pepper. After stirring our dry ingredients together, we add some Swiss and cheddar cheese, some diced ham, and lots of broccoli florets. Now in a separate bowl, we beat together half and half and a couple of eggs and pour it over our cheese. After giving it a good mix, we pour it into a pie plate and bake it off. Once it cools slightly, it's ready to cut into wedges and serve. Who would think something so simple could be so full of creamy, cheesy goodness? And like I said, feel free to change it up using whatever looks best or what's on sale. To get the recipe for our broccoli and ham quiche, simply check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy, cheesy, summery way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Who doesn't love a good quiche? You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
We're out here live at the Ottawa County Free Fair in Miami at the fairgrounds. We will be here again at 5 and 6 to not just talk about the fair, but our More Power project. And you, if you visit, you get an opportunity to enter to win a Roku or some Chiefs tickets to see them play the Jaguars, and that's very exciting. Not so exciting as the 7-day forecast. Temperatures creeping up into the triple digits to start next week, and then a cold front brings us some rain chances and some cooler temperatures right after that.
Ooh, looking forward to those cooler temperatures for sure. But first, we got to make it through this steamy heat. All right, thanks so much for joining us, Chris. Have fun out there at the Ottawa County Fair. Well, coming up tonight at 5, the steamy temperatures can increase the risk of a common problem, kidney stones. Tonight in Health Watch, tips on how you can prevent them. Plus, the city of Miami explains why residents are dealing with high utility bills. Inspire Gas officials share tips on safe digging to prevent accidents involving utility pipelines. Join us for those stories and much more. Plus, our More Power to You tour continues tonight on the KOAM News at 5. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.